Now we are about to start the program. And first of all, let me introduce to you today's moderator. And before that, you know that this panel discussion is a culmination to our 4 earlier programs on art integration. And those programs went very well. And I know most of you have attended those 4 programs and you got benefited. And this is a culmination to that the art integration series of this particular month. Next month, we are coming up with leadership series. So let me first introduce our moderator for today's session, that is Surekha D. She has been in the education field for last 30 years as a curriculum designer, an art learner, and also art integrated curriculum development. That is her specialization. And also she has been into early childhood education. She has done a lot of work along with the government of Singapore, Board of Singapore, in art integration in schools and colleges. And in the initial stages, when art integration was introduced in Singapore, he was one of their most important consultants, and she has visited all across Singapore schools and colleges and helped the government to introduce art integration. We got such an eminent person as moderator for today. So, Mr. Rekha ma'am, I welcome you and hand over the podium to you. Now it is up to you to moderate and lead.
Thank you, Mr. Radhakrishnan, for your kind words.
Yeah.
And my personal welcome to the eminent panelists who are here today and you participants. I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting and immensely valuable experience that we are going to have this afternoon. Before I get into introducing our panelists, I'd like to request and invite Mr. Mukesh Shalat, who is the principal of DPS Varanasi, to come and tell us a little bit about future programs. Mr. Mukesh Shalat?
Yes.
Would you tell us a little bit about future programs?
Well, I think on the 4th, we have Mr. Anurag Tripathi, the Secretary of CBSE, addressing us on thought leadership. That's the first for the leadership series in August. We'll have the image very soon on the screen. Yeah, that's the one. So the first episode in the leadership series is on instructional or thought leadership, as we call it, by Dr. Anurag Tripathi, Secretary CBSE. The following Wednesday, which is the 11th of August, we have a fantastic interaction with a brilliant author, Chandrachur Ghosh, who has done some intensive research on the mystery of our leader Subhash Chandra Bose's disappearance. So this book called Conundrum, and a simplified version of this very huge book Conundrum is also available on Amazon. It's called What the Government Doesn't Want Us to Know. You might want to buy this book. It's just about 250 pages. And since this format of interaction is between students of different schools who've read the book, it'll help if the audience comes with the book in mind, if they have read a bit of it, the mystery behind the disappearance and Mauni Baba, who continued to live long after, the government had accepted the death of Dr. Bose and the air crash. So if the audience would read up a little bit, then the interaction will be very, very interesting and helpful. The next series, which is on 18th, we have Major General Bhupesh Jain, another very decorated army officer, and he's going to talk to us about leadership that we learn from the military. The officers, they're all the time leading the country. So what we as leaders, in schools or in classes may learn from him. So he will talk to us about the military sutras. He's going to give us a few principles. And he's not going to talk very long. He said he will speak for just about 30 to 40 minutes, followed by a lot of questions. He is interested in answering questions. And I would request again the audience to Google Major General Bhupesh Jain. You will know a little bit about his background, how beautifully he has converted his adversity into an opportunity. You know, when he was in Sri Lanka as part of the IPKF, he was injured very badly. I think he lost one foot also. But that didn't deter him in how he moved forward. It's a very, very inspirational program that we are going to look forward to. The final program, I'm not going to give you the name yet. We will reveal the name maybe, I think, on the 18th. But we have a very interesting writer, author, speaker as well. We'll give you that. And with that, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shalat. Now, before we go into meeting our panelists and looking at how the decoding of arts integrated learning works and your Q&As, let me illuminate our focus today. The future belongs to young people with an education and the imagination to create. This is a quote from Mr. Barack Obama, the ex-president of the United States. And I think I would like to focus on this very important thought from Mr. Barack Obama. Arts education is a must for future generations. All of us here today, we hold the key. We hold the key to open the doors of our young students, to awaken them, to awaken their imagination and their creativity, because it is they who are holding the future of our planet. They, the new generation from the 21st century, is taking us, ahead. This is a really, really important group of people that we are working with. And you must be wondering, why arts integrated learning? And for that, I'd like to take a couple of minutes actually, to tell you all the research that's gone in for the last 30 years that has made us understand how our brains work. Our brains are these amazing, it's an amazing machine. No computer can match it. And we have to remember that the brain learns through experiences, through senses. So it's very, very important that we remember the 9 intelligences and the fact that each child is different. And the way of learning happens through multiple pathways, or, it all depends on how you open up these pathways. With that as our central focus, we have come here together today for a vital exploration, and it's been illuminated by Panchatantra Planet. It's indeed befitting that Panchatantra Planet's vision is to nurture and develop talented communities blended with values, wisdom, and skills that will provide the teachers and the students that they handle with the 5 C's that they require, and many other skills for the 21st century to get them ready for the 21st century. And you must be wondering why they were called the Panchatantra Planet. And it all comes back to the way and the pedagogy that they have developed using the age-old Panchatantra as a model from which it's evolved. Now, with that, I'd like to introduce to you our very eminent panel, such a diverse and, what should I say, when I read their resumes, I was like, these are just fantastic people, this panel. Look at all the role models that we require are there with us today, because not only are they on the top of their careers with the subjects that they are teaching, but they are also artists in their own right. So let me start with Veena. Veena Krishnan has been involved with education for more than 25 years, and mathematics is her forte. And you'll be very interested to know that she has taken part also in art exhibitions. So on one side, she excels in mathematics, and on the other side, she's also a visual artist. And this is amazing to see, we have so many talented people in our country. She works in Kuwait for the Bhavans institutions. And she has taken, I think she wears many hats in that school. And, welcome, ma'am, to this panel discussion. And the next person on our panel is another very, very talented and young man, Binish. Binish Menon is also, a principal of a school. He's a principal of the Canadian Central School in South Kerala. And, excuse me, and his experience is also very wide. He has trained everybody from teachers to children, counseled them, and parents too. And here again, I feel that the feather in his cap is that he is also an artist. On one side, he's a physics teacher, and on the other side, he is also into dance. In fact, the Prayag Dance Company is founded by him. So welcome, panel. I hope you are there.
Yeah, he's there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Thank you.
You're right here. Okay. So I believe that Prasad can't make it today because he's had a little bit of a, some kind of a, situation. So he couldn't come in. So we will still go on. All of us are still here. And what I thought I would do is the first question I would put up to both of you. It was meant for Prasad, but if either of you could answer it, it would be good. I think it's a very, very important question because we've spoken about arts integrated learning, how good it is, how important it is for the brain. But I'm sure the audience is wondering, there are many, many things that, have to come into place to make it successful. So can I ask you this question? And I throw it to either of you to take it up. How can we as educators help students, parents, and policymakers realize the importance of integration of arts and education? I would like to, look at like languages, social studies, maths, physics, any of the subjects. Would one of you like to talk about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Beena.
Yeah. Okay. May I take it up, Mr. I would like to pin him too. Mr. Binish?
Binish is there, ma'am. You start, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's
we just have no doubt, ma'am, that the importance of art integration and the art as a tool. We have been into from 2010 onwards into the same aspect that how to integrate arts into the curriculum. Not art education. There's a slight difference which even parents also have to understand. Arts education is the education of art, visual art, performing art. So it is about the dance part or music part or the painting, everything. But the art integration is that to include the activities of the performing or visual arts into the curriculum, through which we make our children enjoy and learn. And that joyful learning, that is the main reason behind this bringing into mainstream. Apart from that, as you said in the beginning, our brain, right brain, left brain, if you look at that, our aesthetic in one side, our reasoning skill in the other end. So both together has to have, like our left hand, right hand, both together has to work along. Only then we get the holistic personality. So for that is one of the other reasons for inculcating this into, bringing it into our system. Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
And I think, wouldn't you agree, Binish, that it's not only the visual art, but it could be any of the arts. In fact, there are 5 of them. You've got visual, you've got drama, you've got literature, you've got music, and you've got dance. It's like the fingers of your hand. So it could be even a combination of more than one into, a discipline. So it could be maths with music and art, and so there's so many combinations that can happen. Binish, would you like to add to this? But I think the most important question here is how do we convince, the question is, how do we make policymakers? These are the different, parts that make, which is the whole, what should I say, the universe of schools and education. You have the policymakers, you have the parents, and then of course you have the students. So we as teachers, how can we make them understand the importance of arts integration? This is the question that I wanted to look at.
Thank you, ma'am. And I'm so happy to be one among the eminent panelist members. Even Prasad sir is not there, but still, I'm so happy to see a wonderful experienced teacher, Surekha ma'am, meeting for the first time. And Panchatantra Planet is always conducting such wonderful programs, and weekly. And I think regular participants are also there. So this is one of my favorite topic also, art integration. And a lot of discussions are going on. Just like Beena ma'am said, whether it is art integration or teaching art or using art. So that question is always there. So to convince, I think, can we take this time to speak about art integration? Because I think that it was just like that, no? Some of the examples also could be said.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
So I heard ma'am was telling about the 5 different types of art forms that could be integrated. So I should say, from my experience, I have been here in this teaching field for many years, not that much, that many years of your experience, but still, years back, I think 8 or 10 years back, in one of the meetings, when I was the principal of a school, I was just roaming around in the campus, and from second standard, I hope it's second standard, one teacher was teaching about home, the topic home in EVS, and she was explaining a lot about the topic, she was explaining, and I felt like the children were bored, and they were simply talking to each other, and a little bit naughty and all. So I just entered the class, and I asked the teacher to make this chapter, that is EVS, the topic My Home, as a song. So I think me and my teacher, we together made a song, My Home, like just a few lines. I'm not going to sing it, but at that time we did it just like a rhyme. We eat in our dining room, we sleep in our study room, we like that. We study in our study room and we sleep in our bedroom. So again, suddenly all the students stood up, they started singing with us. So we repeatedly sang that song for 2-3 times. I have a home, my sweet home. I have a home, my sweet home. Me and my parents, we live in my home. Me and my parents, we live in my home. So like that. So after singing the rhyme for 2-3 times, then we could simply ask some questions. So where do you study? We study in our study room. So where do you eat? We eat in our dining room. So that went well. We could get the participation of the students. Everybody got involved. Teacher also was very happy because that was a small school in Kerala when the teacher was struggling to explain things in English. That's also one problem. It was EVS and the teacher was not good in communicative English. So it happened 8 or 10 years back. Okay. Now we are discussing why can't we bring music to class to teach EVS or to mathematics. And just like ma'am said, any art could be integrated. So our aim is to use an art to teach some concept, to introduce some concept. I think that's the better word. So we discussed about the different parts of the brain and all. This is not to get some marks in the, to improve their score and all. And NEP says that all the children are inquisitive. They are curious. They want to ask some questions. They want to learn. No child is coming to the school not to learn. They want to learn. They want to get knowledge, or they want to know about something. So to make the things interesting, to make them curious, when you are talking about the story of an electron, it's a story of an electron. When you express the story of Harappa civilization or Mesopotamian civilization, it's a story. The teacher is telling a story. So yes, storytelling is an art, because the teacher has to be expressive. The teacher has to say express a lot of things. There are feelings. Something happened 6,000 years back, isn't it? So she has to give all that feelings. So I'm a dancer, and my idea of dance, from dance I have learned what all things we express, emote feelings in the minds and the hearts of the audience. So children would be having some special feeling towards history. When the teacher says it as a story, so they will be more curious. So our children should be happy in our classroom. They want to listen to the teacher, not to get the mark. That is a separate thing. Our system has not changed at all. So our focus is always marks, grade and everything, but still. So introducing these kind of arts or using these kind of arts will help them to have a attention, special interest towards that subject, just to listen that subject. So there are so many examples. Am I taking too much time, ma'am? Shrekha, ma'am?
So what we'll do is we'll come back to you.
Yes.
But basically, I think, it's been proven by many countries. They've done a lot of research. Just to reinforce what you've said, they actually, from low-income homes, children improved 4 times when arts integrated learning was brought into curriculum. So, there are all the 3 areas, the critical competencies that we speak about. The socio-emotional, the cognitive, and also language and creativity, everything is impacted by arts integrated learning. And here, you made it look very simple, Binish, but I would like to, look at it, if you are using it as a pedagogical tool, I'm going to put this to Beena. It has to be, a kind of a collaboration between the person who is the art person, maybe it the drama or music or dance, whichever of the 5 we spoke about, and the subject teacher. They have to both come together to collaborate and then come up with the lesson planning. It cannot be that ad hoc. It has to be very structured. I'm sure you'll agree with me. So Beena, could you talk a little bit more on how you could use integrated learning, arts integrated learning as a pedagogical tool, and especially with maths, because that is your forte. I'd like to speak to you. I'd like you to talk to us about that.
Thank you, Sulekhade, madam. See here, as you said, as a pedagogical tool, when we talk about, I'm thinking about that, the painting by Leonardo da Vinci, that Mona Lisa or the Last Supper, whichever paintings. The beauty of the painting is, even now, the researchers are saying, because of the math in it, the beauty number, golden ratio.
Yes.
So it is because of the golden ratio. So how well math is there with art. Yeah, and even I know Mr. Binesh will definitely agree. When you do a dance, the rhythmic way of movement, each step when you go, and the dance members, the way how they move in a pattern format, there's an angle formed over there, and they are not knowingly using it as a math thing, but unknowingly the math concept is included in in the dance, and that is why movements are rhythmically going and the pattern is followed over there. So as you gave this question, it's a very, very relevant question, where how as a tool, the art educator and the subject educator, how can they deal it? So that is the important thing. I think nowadays discussions are going on. So if we look at math and art, painting, the visual art, in grade 7 or grade 6 or grade 5 onwards, or any class, if you look at geometry, the complete geometry what a math educator is taking in the class, Imagine the math teacher is starting with talking about parallel lines or that examples, whatever comes from their real life. But if the same thing which is done by the art educator already in the art class by drawing a small picture, the picture is with the house. If they are drawing that one house in the art class where parallel lines have been taken, because then only they can get the correct structure of the house. And even the windows, how they fix the window on a wall, and the structure when they show, the perspective when they show, there it comes the intersecting lines. All concepts which are involved in math is done already by the art educator in art class. So if both of these, the educators, art educator as well as the math educator, if they sit together to discuss and find out in their curriculum, this is the topic coming into, so that when the art teacher speaks the same language of math as the math teacher, the child who enjoys art will never find any difficulty when they enter to the math classroom. I think you agree with it. And again, you just imagine the math topic of grade 8 or grade 7. Every class has got the same topics to continue with. The area, perimeter. When an art teacher takes once, the scenery where it is with the fencing, just imagine a picture which he is drawing with a wooden fence and everything. So the concept of perimeter, we don't have to make the child to imagine and get it. Already it is being discussed. Again, you look at the topic which they count in math class as mensuration area, the area of a path, the passage area, which is already there in the picture when they do. When the art diagram is with the outer scenery of the house. If you are drawing one small garden, there is a passage will be there shown as properly. And even inside the house, a wall, how to keep the wall and that angle. So everything, when it is taken by the art teacher without knowing the concept of, in what concept of math is involved in that, and by knowingly, if they include it, the visionary of the invisible to visible we are bringing into. So this is what the pedagogy has to be, the curriculum has to be planned in hand, beforehand. If I tell about dance part, okay, as visual art, once it is over, let us go for the performing art. In the performing art dance, when you take a circular movement, the circular movement is actually circumference of the circle. And the position where the central person standing is the center of the circle. So when a dance teacher, while giving the steps, if speak about these technical words unknowingly or, by discussion when they come to know, this is what is the math concept going to be taken. So the topic has already gone to the child. So as a tool, it is working over there. And again, if you look at music, some of the topics in math, it is not that easy for children to grasp. So you use some, as Mr. Binish told, a song what is developed on the spot to teach a house. And just imagine the same way, whether it is rock or anything, any of the music, if it is included for learning of math, as we know, the multiple intelligence, the learner who is of, more oriented to music, the learner who is more oriented to drama. For example, the topic which I'm dealing for drama, I'm suggesting this to the teachers that commercial math, when you talk about profit, loss, profit percentage, you should see the face of children. They don't easily digest. But if you conduct a small 1-minute drama, in a theater, a small program for the students, if they conduct a small shop, a scene of a shop, just a shop, a boutique, anything. So that will give a very clear idea to the child. So what I'm telling is invisible to visible. Maths is with abstract concepts.
It's very
Too
interesting.
many abstract ideas, ma'am. Too many abstract ideas. So,
Also, yeah, sorry, Beena, you were saying something, but it's within the child. It's a matter of how you take it out. And I just want to share a little, experience that I had with my UKG children. With maths, we had set up a role play for a shop. And the children's parents were asked to bring, send 1 or 2 vegetables or whatever, it was just imaginary. And my teachers did 5 rupees and 10 rupees, on paper. And the children went to buy from the shopkeeper, one of the boys, and she gave a 10 rupee, card, note, so to be, and he returned 5. So the teacher was like, they have not learned subtraction. How are they doing this? The cost was 5 rupees, but she gave 10 and the boy immediately returned 5. And she was like, Mrs. Dale, what is happening? How are they doing this? And
wonderful experience, right?
Yeah. So that was drama, as you said. Yes. And again, it's back to experiential learning. It's when you do it experientially, it's very different from writing it on the blackboard. And with this, I have a question for you, Binish. Talking about pedagogy, there must be problems. And I wanted you to tell me, when you use it as a pedagogical tool, what are the challenges of bringing arts integration into a lesson plan that you can share with us? What are some
Yes, ma'am. Yes, but I think I didn't answer for the first question, how to convince the parents.
Yeah.
How to convince the parents and others. See, it's very difficult to convince about art integration to the parents and all in India. Okay. And I'm so happy that CBSE has instructed to include art integration. Even without knowing what all these is integration, all the teachers are searching for integrating art. So it so happened. So now it's just like in India, everything will be happen. Such things will be included in educational system. There should be somebody to come behind with a stick. So now CBSE is there with the stick. Art integration should be there. So all that we should say that Parambaraga, the teacher, the traditional teacher who teaches the mathematics in the traditional way, even has changed a lot and thinking like, oh my God, what dance could be brought in mathematics? So people, they have started to think on that, and parents will be happy once the child is telling that now maths is simple for me. I'm not going to mention that particular app which is sold like that in all over the world. So what that particular app sellers are telling in their marketing ad, so they are trying to visualize everything. The concept is now clear. So we are using this art to visualize things in front of the children. Let them see mathematics, let them see physics, let them see chemistry. So the things with what they come in front of their eyes will be easily be gone to the memory. So that is what is happening. So parents will be convinced. If you cannot simply go to the parents and say, yes, next day onwards, we are going to make them dance during the maths period. So parents will definitely, we are changing the school. Okay, we don't want to be there to send our children to the school. Their maths teacher is teaching dance. So that is one thing. So parents will be happy. Yesterday, I was teaching mathematics, EVS in 3rd standard, one chapter, water. Okay, so in that NCERT textbook, just below that page, there was written that you should sing some songs about water. So I remembered one song which I learned in my childhood about water. In a severe summer day, or it is drought, and 2 frogs are searching for water, and they see some water in a well. The elder one planning to jump into the water, but the younger one is telling, don't do that, because if the drought is continuing again, then we will die there. So don't jump into the well. Okay, so like that. So I made them to listen that song. It's an online class. I made them to listen that song. But the parents were so happy. Nobody asked me why in the EVS period you made them to listen a song, because students were happy, so the parents also were happy. So once if a child is telling, Amma, today I understood trigonometry because the teacher danced something there. Okay, no problem. So the parents will be asking, what magic you did? My child understood trigonometry today. So that is it. So they will be convinced. That is one question. And the challenges, you asked me the second question, everything goes together. That is, a physics teacher or a chemistry teacher may not be able to integrate art, music or dance, or mathematics teacher also may not be possible to integrate art. So we have teachers there in the school. So once if a maths teacher is going through a chapter or its quadratic equation, what art could be done in this? Okay. So if that there should be some idea, the teacher should be brilliant, but the teacher may not be able to use art, then of course the teacher can get the help of a dance teacher or a maths teacher. And it is not possible to teach the entire quadratic equation using the art. Then only one chapter could be taught for 1 year. We have a very big curriculum. It could be completed, isn't it? So when teachers, brilliant teachers, creative teachers, when they go through the chapters and the topics, they would be getting some idea like, oh my God, I can use some art in this. So at least this is a difficult topic so that the children would find it easy if I include some kind of art. It can be a drawing, as Veena ma'am said. It can be a craft work. It can be a dance piece. So it's not like the children are going to do Bharatanatyam. They will learn something watching Bharatanatyam, that's all. So ma'am was telling, I would like to do a small demonstration on this, just less than 1 minute. So Veena ma'am was telling about the angles. Okay, I hope everybody can see me. So I was teaching them angles in 5th standard. So we start our dance Adavus from a position called Aramandi. Okay, so this is Aramandi. When you sit properly in Aramandi, the legs form a rhombus. I will just stand back. The legs form a rhombus. Okay, here we have a triangle and we have angles here, 3 angles here. So you are having 2 triangles on your body. There is a rhombus formed by your feet. 2 legs, and the feet will be stretched wide apart to form a 180-degree line. So that is one thing. If a teacher at least has learned the Bharatanatyam in the childhood, can stand like this in Aramandi and show the angle. So I made my children to ask it. So what kind of angles are there? Which is this angle? Is it an acute or obtuse angle? What kind of angle is this? What kind of angle? They said. And they also imitated me. And the dance begins with a pose like this. This is called the Natyarambam. This is 180-degree. The angle made is 180-degree. Okay. And when we do an adava called the Puttadava, we will stretch our hands to the side like this. And this is 45-degree bending. If this is 90-degree, then this should be 45-degree. But I doubt whether the dance teachers are informed about all these things well. So they cannot teach like this. So clear? So this is my idea. This is my idea. And there are a lot of things. When you speak about wind, there are different types of winds. If it is simply a small breeze, you can show like this. So a dance teacher can help them to understand breeze, a small wind, and it is soothing like that. But if it is a storm, it's like this. So using another mudra, you are doing it. It's aralam. Okay. So you are using another one. And if it is a tornado, then the teacher can do like this because it is like a whirlpool. Comes down and takes something up. So a dance teacher, a maths teacher who is good in dance can do all these things. If the teacher or a science teacher who is not aware of dance, just get the help of a dance teacher. And to conclude with, so I think the question was the challenges in including this in the pedagogy. One thing is teachers' knowledge about art. Second thing, teachers' brilliancy to find out the topic which could be taught using integrating art. And the third one, collaboration. All the teachers should recognize and accept other teachers. Art teachers should not be sidelined. Maths teacher should not feel that I am the teacher getting more salary than the dance teacher, so I should not get the help of that teacher. And dance teachers also should not feel that I should go to sit in some room so that some students will be coming, I can teach dance. Teachers also should feel proud that I have a subject, it is dance. I have a subject, it is music. So I can go and stand in front of the children. I think these are the challenges. No more challenges. The only challenge is the brain. Teachers should use the brain. That's all. So I don't know whether it is my answer for your question, but anyway, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. No, that was very well, explained. how you could use, so you are looking at movement and how you can use movement and gesture and, dance basically to look at mathematics. Yes, that's very important. And I think I would like...
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm not interrupting. Excuse me. I'm not explaining too much. As Beena ma'am said, dance, if you speak about dance and music also, only two things: dance, movement, and expressions. And movements, full of mathematics.
Full of mathematics.
I was telling my students also last day, this is completely mathematics. The thalas, the patterns, the progressions. It's like progressions. So I'm not going to speak about that now. Okay, you may continue, please.
Also, I think, I'll just quickly, before we go into the next question for Beena, I want to just tell you, because of what I experienced, in Singapore, you can't have arts integrated learning all over the place. Okay, so maybe at the beginning of the year, a project is decided, and that's when it will come together. That's enough. One project will, make the children get higher order thinking skills, which will be applied to all other subjects, including their socio-emotional states. It helps to manage anger, it helps to manage various things. In fact, even that performance on a stage, you'll find that children who are involved with performance, there's so much of teamwork that comes in, there's so much of learning, sharing, empathy, everything comes in. So, it is like, there's so many things that happens with this arts integrated learning. And maybe, Beena, what we will do is, since, he's told us so much about movement and math, can you maybe talk to us about some of the things that you have done with your students, which have integrated, a particular topic with, an art, integrating art.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit.
Yeah. So even I too do a lot of experiments in my class. Depends on the topic. So one of the lessons in grade 8, we have comparing quantities. The lesson's name is comparing quantities. But the lesson was given to the students with one idea, one storyline. That the storyline is that, yes, you plan a picnic. You plan a picnic. In that picnic, you need to have entire aspects included in this lesson. So it's given a day for them to read and find it out. They can use any medium, whether they want drama or they want a movie. So the very next day, one of the students came with a full story written. And the very next day the story has been taken by the other students and that they made it into a dialogue. The dialogue has changed again the very next day to the next form. And third day, they have decided to take a movie. By sitting at home, they made a movie, the whole one single 15 minutes movie made by the students. And the story has completely developed by the students. Nothing from my side is gone. I just gave them one idea of how do you want you do it. So this is the kind of students we have. So, movie making in math will be something people will be wondering. Is possible.
Yes.
Is possible. Again,
it is.
Yeah. And a song or dance. Integers is taken for a dance. Dinesh sir. Integers dance. The movements of addition of integers through dance steps. So we do a lot of, lab activities by touching and using manipulators, but that is different. But through dance, so integers are through dance, children have done. And if you look at, say, a secondary level, trigonometry, the curves have been taken as a dance. One of the programs I showed that the dance with the hands, only hands, the hand movements alone is taken for making the curves. So even each of the concepts which are not that easy has been, developed into art forms, and that as an output. It's a product, not a process. It's not just as process they have taken, it's a product finally. So I tell you about assessment. If you go, then you need to think in a different strategy. But here, the product, what they give with the whole happiness, whole happiness is what we are getting.
I think, that is excellent. And, when you do the assessment, wouldn't you agree, the two of you, you should have two different types of assessment. One is for your subject and one is for the art. How have they, improved in that particular, aspect of the art, isn't it? So the report should be like that. It's not only that they've improved in maths or something. It has to be like that. And there are lots of rubrics available, which I'm sure you're aware of. But I want to just add here, you've all forgotten one important part of the arts integration, and that's literature. And Beena, you'll be very interested to know that when I do my poetry, we do a lot of mathematical poetry. For example, haiku is all about syllables.
Yes.
There is Fibonacci poems. There is the Magic 9 poems. There are like so many poems which involve mathematics. So it doesn't have to be that specific lesson that you're teaching in school. It could be the use of numbers, understanding mathematics through literature, and a book of poems. So instead of just a movie, the next one will be, for your challenge, a book of poems in math.
Yeah, definitely I'll be taking. Even haiku is there in our syllabus. We mention about haiku, the one single line poem. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
And also process drama, which is non-performance drama, which is an amazing tool, which is, is really, really interesting. Maybe another time when we have more time, we can discuss the different arts integration that you can bring in, the different tools for that. The next question, Binish, is for you. We've now looked at how you can collaborate with teachers, how you can, what problems you may have, and what are some of the projects that can be done. So look at what she's done. She's actually, the children were so motivated, they've made a film, they wrote a script. Look at all the learning. It's transdisciplinary. It's not only maths that was learned. It was completely transdisciplinary. And that's what we want. We want our children to be thinking out of the box, not just, this way. And my question to you is, how about poor performers? Do you think that, art integration helps children like that? Is it possible to teach concepts and topics and all that through these, art integration methods that we just spoke about? And one more part to that question, maybe you can first answer this. Do you think that it will help children who are having poor grades and are not very interested, and especially now everything is online, it's difficult to get their attention and their complete, involvement? What do you say about this? Does it help them?
Yes, of course. Of course. See, who are poor performers? We brand them poor performer is somebody who is not getting marks, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So what about that performance means? What about their active participation? So that's a wonderful performance, isn't it? In the answer sheet, there may be 0 out of 50, poor performance. But in the class, he may be the number one to participate, to come to the first place and help the teacher to do these things. So that is the first. So why people are not marked like that? Okay, graded like that. Yeah, this is a child who is the best performer in the class in all other activities. So we are not talking about that. So our poor performance is in the answer sheet. So even in that case, if why child is a poor performer in a subject, it is not possible if there are 40 students in a class, 40 students will learn mathematics. I don't know, is there any method like that? 40 students learn physics. 40 students could be prepared well to pass an entrance examination, so then there is no need of conducting an examination. So I don't know whether there is such a method. So there will be a gradation depending on the intelligence. So it will be there. So when we say poor performers, in our case, children are becoming poor performers when they are not at all happy with the subject, when they are not at all happy with the teacher. So art integration could definitely make them happy. I said it at the beginning. So they will, in first standard, I forgot that story. That story is about a straw, a balloon, and something like that. And all these things were trying to cross a river, and they were having no idea. So, and at last, the straw decided to just bend around as a bridge and all other things. That was the story. So when I was teaching this, so I always from the very beginning, I asked the teachers, if it is English, teach it in English, don't translate. So I wanted everybody I took one child. I took one child in my hand and I kept them across two desks as a bridge. So the entire class laughed and they become so happy. So please take me. Please take me. Okay. So this is, I said, this is how the straw just went from one bank of the river to the other like a bridge. So they understood the meaning and everybody wanted to be like a straw. They want to just to lie down across the two desks as a bridge. So even the poor performer jumped forward to do that. I wanted them to hop on single leg and count from 1 to 100. Even the poor performer stood up to hop in one leg and count from 1, 2, 3. So he may be breaking the order. After 13, he would be telling 15. That doesn't matter. But even he was ready. He was happy to hop and do that. So see the spirit. See how they are participating. See how they are listening to the teacher. When you speak about, we all teach Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. See, I have been talking to my KG teachers. I mean, all the teachers to whom I talk for 6 and 7 years. Don't simply do this movement and sing a rhyme. It's very bad. Okay. So if there is a dance teacher, please ask the teacher to come and make the meaning of this rhyme clear to the child. You see what a wonderful rhyme it is, isn't it? So it is twinkle, twinkle, isn't it? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. So let them understand the meaning. They will also act. They will also dance. What is the difficulty with the twinkle, twinkle? At least twinkle, twinkle. Let them do that. So in each and everything, the poor performer will be participating. In second standard, I similarly saw the teacher was struggling to explain the meaning of creeper, climber, tree. Okay, so creepers. So the creepers, some plants just grow along the ground. So why don't the teacher show this and understand? And climbers, they climb around some other strong plant. And the teacher wanted to explain the meaning, weak stem, strong stem. So I told my students, you see, your grandma, your grandpa, they are very weak. So they need a support. Otherwise, they will fall down. They are very weak. But your papa, strong. He is strong like a tree. Does this need a special training? We all say that teaching is an art. So all the teachers are artists. Let them do it. Let them take it up from their mind, from their heart. So why teachers are so adamant that we don't express? Oh no, my subject is maths. I cannot act. My subject is chemistry. I cannot act. Why can't they act? To see their acting, we should go their home. They will definitely act. Okay. So why can't we take that acting skill in front of our children? So that is it. So all the poor performers will be happy. That is what I have to say. That is what I have experienced. Why my children, even I'm the principal of a school, I teach in KG, I teach in first standard or third standard, fifth standard. My students are happy. I'm not telling they are getting 100 out of 100, but they are happy. And there are so many examples to be said like this, so many examples, but if the time allows, I will explain that. So ma'am, thank you.
That's very good. Yes. And these are some of, I think when the first question I asked you about sometimes, people need to be educated about what arts education can do for the children. Sometimes even teachers, they are not able to believe that that can be such a change. And as you said, everybody can do it. It's just a matter of, getting our 5 seats together and our creativity and everything else together. It will work. So I think we are running, quite, I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. So maybe it will be a good time now to ask you all. You've been, patiently sitting and listening to us, and I'm sure you have things to share or maybe questions to ask. So why don't we do that now? Have a Q&A. You can either put it on chat, but I think it'll be very good if you can actually come, and talk to us. So who would like to?
Meanwhile, Dinesh sir, we see in our school the same thing what you showed. They are not dance teachers. They are not, performing artists at all. But they do teach with this involvement in class. So this is art integrated learning. It goes along with the learning and teaching, teaching and learning process. So it happens here in our school. I see that very well, especially primary kindergarten classes. But when it comes to senior group, there it happens with lots of difficulties.
Actually, process drama is very good for the older children. Process drama.
So the freedom, we lose our freedom when it comes to higher sections. That is the problem. There it is, everything is abstract. Everything, wherever you go, you see only abstract ideas. Whether you take science or social or English or everything. So there we have to be more creative.
Yes, ma'am. One more thing to add. Even the one question also more questions are there. See, there was a question like, what about this? What about the higher section? See, I told you, there are, just like I said, the challenges. There are challenges like syllabus. There are challenges like exam pattern. There are challenges like the expectations of the parents. It's only about mark. It's only about mark. So all the teachers, they have to complete everything within the time. They have to complete the portions. Even I teach in 12th standard. I don't make use of the time to integrate art. But if it is possible, we can integrate art. So then we should just do it purposefully. That's what I'm telling. Just do it purposefully, at least for one topic. In 12th standard, when we teach current electricity, there is a topic called drift velocity. In a conductor, all the electrons are moving here and there in random motion. They are moving here and there in random motion so that there is no net motion. But when there is an external force connected, that means some battery or a cells or something connected, all the electrons are well disciplined and move to the assembly, move like marching to the assembly hall. That makes a current. Okay, so just understand the concept. Otherwise, they are very naughty. So they are simply going here and there. So to connect this with an art, see, there are basically 5 talams in dance and in music. That is Tishram, Chadrashram, Khandam, Mishram, Sankirnam. So I can tell, when there is no external sources connected, all the electrons are moving in these different talams like takkita, takka, takkita, takka, dhimi, dom, takkita, 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 takka, dhimi, takka, takkita, takkita, takkita. But when they are connected to a source, all of them will be moving in one talam. Any one talam the teacher can choose, but as soon as the conductor is connected to a source, takka, dhimi, 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 takka, dhimi. The source is, when it is open, that means the connection is lost. Takka, dhimi, takka, tam, takkita. See, it's very simple. It's very simple. So does this need, it's necessary, is this necessary to teach that drift velocity? Not at all, not at all. But at least for that 1 hour session, our children would be relaxed. Aha, that is nice. So they may not be some of them wouldn't be so happy. All the children are of different type of learners, but at least they will be alert. So when I told one of the teachers that when in entrance classes, we are getting 1.5 hours or 2 hours to teach. See, what entrance coaching means, human beings are sitting in front of us, right? So they are not specially tuned or they are not specially given any tablet to sit for 2 hours and learn physics. So after 30 minutes or 45 minutes, I start talking. I used to talk like about, so which is the new film? So how is that Prithviraj acting in that? So they will be so happy to say that. So within 2 minutes, they okay, come back to the problem. So that's needed. So like that, if you want to sing, you sing. So there will be different opinions. Some children wouldn't be, why sir did, if leave it. I was so ashamed. I felt shame years back to say that I am a dance teacher. Because whenever I teach, I taught physics at that time. So I will be using all these mudras. Clear? So students used to say, did you learn dance? So I felt it like an insult at that time. But now I'm so happy. With proud, I will say, yeah, I'm a dance teacher. Do you want to learn physics using dance? I will teach. No problem. So it's like that. So these challenges are there in senior class also, higher secondary or secondary. Just think about today. See, when I start talking about art integration, I won't stop. Sorry for that. Today also, when I was teaching in maths, just like Beena ma'am said about comparing quantities, when I was teaching them section formula in 10th standard. So a point divides a line segment into 2 parts in the ratio m is to n. So I asked him if the point is at the central point, what would be the ratio? So I didn't get an answer. Okay, because I was also in a hurry to complete. So then I called one child. Yeah, me and Alvin B. John, we were going together one day. So now in Kerala, this is the time of rambutan. Okay, so we saw one rambutan. This is a very naughty boy. In whichever plot, whoever be the owner, that doesn't matter. He will climb on the tree and he will get it. So we plucked down so many rambutan fruits, and we then started sharing. Okay, so he gave me like one for sir, one for me, one for sir, one for me. So it was there were 100 rambutans and he took 50 and me took 50. So what division is that? What is the ratio? So there's a set 50 is to 50. Okay, so equal, clear. So what is the ratio? Simplify. Is it 1 is to 1? Okay, so this is a line segment. So it's a small time I took to talk to them. They were very happy. Then I added one thing, you won't give me equal part. Sometimes you may hit my head and run away. I know that. Then he said, no, sir, I am not that much cruel at 10 standard book. So we got some time to talk, isn't it? So why don't we just take art, use art like this to teach topic. Don't think that the 12th standard curriculum could be completely taught with the dance or music. All these things are for a relaxation, the poor performers acceptance, they will be happy. Tomorrow also they will come and sit in your class with no hesitation. Now there will be some dance today also, at least I can watch it. That's all. That's all I think. Okay.
Excellent, Dinesh. Now I think we should go to audience.
Yes.
Audience can raise their hand.
Yeah. Waiting to talk to the audience.
Audience, you can raise your hand and ask the question. Then we can go in line. In a row we can go. I think there won't be many questions because you people explained it so wonderfully well. We are such amazing, what I can say, feedback from the audience. Yeah, Ram Kumar. Ma'am, you can.
Ram Kumar. Okay.
You can unmute Ram Kumar. You can unmute. You can unmute and also can come on video.
Sir, good evening, everybody. So, sir, I just want to ask. Okay. I am talking after the video, opening the video, sir. Just later.
Yeah. Ramkumar, what happened?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking? Otherwise, we have to move to the next person.
Maybe Shalini can start while we wait for Ram.
No, he got ready. Yes.
Yes, sir. Good evening, all of you. Just I want to ask one question, sir. In these days, according to CBSE and every other institutions also, on all the education platforms are telling about art integration. All the subject of art integrated with other subjects. I would just want to, sir, ask that if now art integration is so much important for every subject, so is there any chance for the art education teachers to become headmistress, headmaster in future? Because I have seen all the art teachers joining in school and retiring on the same post.
Okay.
We have the proof here.
It is very simple, but I am asking that if it is so important for CBSE, can't we get this chance for becoming on this basis? Manager relations are other subject only. Headmisters are headmister and headmasters are on other subjects only. Why can't an art teacher become on that platform? Come on that platform.
Yeah, Beena was telling something.
Yeah, what I'm telling is that there is no such restriction. There is no such restriction.
I have never seen a art teacher or a dance teacher coming up to headmaster also in say private schools. If they have a stamina, if they have command on other subjects also, math, science also, and good educational background is there, academics is very good, then why can't they be promoted to other post also?
I think Ramkumar sir, even there are principals, even one vice principal worked under me in Pearson. He was a physical education teacher, Senthil Kumar. He is at present principal of that school. He is a physical education teacher. He joined there as a physical education teacher and worked in the same school for 20 years. And he contributed a lot. Finally, now, since last 3 years after I left that school, he is the principal of the school. There are such people too. And here itself, a burning example, you can see Dinesh Menon, an excellent dance teacher. Along with a physics teacher, he has got the ability to teach physics and subjects. He became the principal at a very young age. I think there is no restriction in CBSE also. Even an art teacher or physical education teacher can become legally a principal. There is no restrictions.
But now I am just telling that is there more chances for the art education teachers to come to that level?
Sir,
That cannot be one of the reasons.
no, I think it depends on how that schools giving importance to art education or art integration. So for all these times, the problem is in a school, we don't have enough periods for an art teacher. Maybe teacher is coming for 1 or 2 periods or 1 day in a school, I mean, for a week or 2 days for a week. So such a person cannot be the head of the institution. But competent art teachers, I don't know whether there is any restriction with regards to norms and conditions. I think Radhakrishnan sir no restriction. So once if a teacher is competent enough with a good qualification in art, can become, no doubt. Okay, but the art teachers, so that's what I'm telling. Art teachers should come forward. Take PG, take PhD or B.Ed and come forward like that. In our, I don't know whether it is all over, but most of the teachers, art teachers, they are so happy to put some dance school or music school and have some students. They should be competent enough. Even if a physics teacher or a chemistry teacher cannot become a principal or vice principal unless he's proved of his abilities as to become an administrator, isn't it? I became the principal when I was 25 or 26, and I think Vinamans are also like that. So you see that. So people will come for you. That is what I learned from my life. They will come and invite you to be the principal or the vice principal. So even art teacher should have that capacity, should prove, they should have a very good language. They should, that is what I am telling. Everyone should recognize each other. Art teacher should be courageous enough to go to 12th standard and teach a dance or help the physics teacher to teach using dance. So that is there. Isn't it? So that may be the reason. But Ramkumar sir, I should appreciate that question. That's a wonderful question.
Yeah, we have no answer at the moment, but I think lots of other questions are there and we're running out of time. Maybe Shalini wants to ask her question.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Sorry,
and thank you, Planet Panchatantra, for this wonderful session. I don't have any question as such, but today's session, because I've been attending the previous sessions as well, but today's session I personally feel was the best because Sir has given us, he's in fact demonstrated, and this helps us to understand how we can implement it during the classes also. Otherwise, everybody just keeps talking about integrating art into your lessons, but then giving us exactly examples how to do it, that is more important, I feel. And the same I would suggest, like CBSE also, they lay a lot of emphasis on doing this, doing that, but then they do not give us exact things. How do we go about it? Because as teachers, it's not easy for us to ask our teachers to integrate it in their classrooms. So maybe we can have more sessions like this, which will help us understand how to start off actually integrating lessons, like small examples he had given. So that was very nice.
Yeah, Shalini, we will be coming up with this.
I would just request sir to have more sessions like
we are planning.
Yeah, where we can have more sessions where actual examples are given.
Yeah, and
so thank you once again for it. Wonderful.
Thanks, Shalini. That is a wonderful, question. Not question, suggestion that you put forward. But before I go to the next person, I would request all of you. We put a link up for feedback, and it's very valuable to us. So please do make sure that you fill it up. And we do have time, no? We could go to
Meenakshi. You can take Meenakshi.
Okay, Meenakshi.
Can you unmute Meenakshi? Can you unmute yourself and video also? You can unmute.
First of all, I would like to say, like everybody in everybody, all the teachers are not as creative and dancer as Vinesh sir is. So in that case, first of all, in my view, the collaboration between the activity teachers and the core subject teacher is the must. And the ego should not be there. You know, generally the core subject teachers, they feel that activity teachers are just waste. That is a waste of time. Even they ask children also, they tell children also, you are just wasting your time. First of all, that notion has to go. You know, without that, you know, everybody is not artist. And they can't do the justice while teaching. And integration of art is the main thing. It has to be there. It should be there. Like all the children are born with these activities. They by birth they know dance, music, art, everything, and everything comes later. First of all, they know all the activities, all the performing arts. They come with from birth. And I would like to answer to Shalini ma'am. She just now said CBSE left us without any guidance, because CBSE left we teachers to be more creative. If they will tell you, okay, this concept, do this activity, the teachers will just not be creative. They will just follow as it is. I think if they are left on us, we can be more creative. And we can sit with our activity teachers and discuss. This is the concept, how you can integrate in your subject. In their, we don't have to spend you know, extra time for that. They can do in their classes. Every school has art class. Without telling, we are doing this. We are teaching this concept in the art class, and they can teach it. I don't think we need an extra time or extra classes for activities for integration. That is it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Should I say, should I respond to that? Thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you, Meenakshi. And first of all, I should tell you, Vinesh sir knows only dance and music. I have no idea. I have no talent in art. I mean, painting, craft work. Not at all good in sports. So if I need such, if I come to integrate sports or painting or craft, I should definitely seek the help of somebody else. Okay, I failed to draw diagrams neatly on the board. So that is one thing. Just leave that part. And you said children are born with art. That is what I understood. Okay, these children only become teachers later. Then why you are telling teachers are not artists? All the teachers are artists.
Because
okay,
because the schools spoil them. They don't, you know, give them chances.
So then we have to change the entire system. Then we have to change the entire system, Meenakshi.
That is how CBSE has come with integration.
Okay. So, and Ms. Meenakshi, the same thing what we are telling, that is, seek the help of other teachers. So collaborate. Everybody just collaborate. Yes. It's a wonderful thing. That's all. Nothing else is needed there. Okay. Thank you.
So I think one or two questions we can take. So Smita is there. Can you Smita?
Smita, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I have unmuted, ma'am. Thank you, panelists, for giving me an opportunity to ask a question. I think the time is up also. Yeah, it is from today's learning, I've got a great learning from Mr. Vinesh Menon. But apart from it, I felt that interdisciplinary, as he was talking about art integration, a maths teacher, maybe a maths teacher won't be a, I mean, he will be like, we can bring in interdisciplinary activities. Through that, we can link between the subjects and the art together. But yes, apart from it, as the Meenakshi ma'am has said, the child born with the art, that is nothing but the movement. The child is born with the movements. But exactly, once in order to bring in the art form into the child needs some skill to learn the art as such. But integration of the art is only through the multidisciplinary activities we can bring in. Okay, So that is what I've got the learning from this particular session. And I feel that as sir demonstrated, the same way the teacher may not be able to demonstrate to tell the children in the body the angles will be formed. It can be like kind of a revision kind, or a repeating of the concept can be done, I feel so. So what is your suggestion in that regard, Vinesh sir?
Really, I didn't understand that last part.
Do you think that the art teacher may not be, I am not an art teacher by myself, or my talent is towards music or something else. As you said, you were demonstrating that art can be brought in through that like bodily, through kinesthetic way you have just showed it to us. So you showed the angles, everything, all that. It is like it is formed, but the actual concept has to be taught in a base level knowledge of the concrete knowledge has to be given to the child. Then we can say that it can be an extended activity to find out. Children, can you please find out the angles which is formed when you do an article or art form? It can be that way, or
of course, it can be like that. It can be like that, no doubt.
That is what my understanding.
Yes. See, it can be like that. See, suppose for example, I'm showing them my mobile phone and I'm asking them, do you think this is a line? Yeah, it's a line. And this is a line? Yes, it's a line. When these two lines meet at one point, can you see what kind of shape or something? Anything special with their meeting? And this point, this point, this point. So if I ask them like this, I'm not directly telling about right angle. I'm asking them to speak on this, isn't it? So let us get some answers. So once, if I want to introduce a subject like showing the Aramandi and asking them what kind of angles, that is possible. But if they are not at all having an idea about angles, I cannot do that.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. That was only an example, Smitamas. That was only an example. So
it's an example of integration, or it can be an example of an extended learning, I felt.
See, both are correct. Both are correct and both are okay. See, I was trying to say dance in Bharatanatyam, in that particular posture, you can find out some angles, that's all. And among that angles, there are acute angles, there are obtuse angles. Whether it is an extended activity or the introduction activity, that doesn't make any difference. So if you feel it like an extended activity, do it like that. But
no, because for example, since I am as a special educator, I'm talking to that level of that learner. Because if the child is not able to, at least in the concrete level, the child is not understood about the formation of an angle, or the child may not be a spatial thinker, or logically he is not able to, whatever the posture you've just showed through the Aramandi, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Correct.
So that we may not be, a child won't be able to immediately visualize.
Yes.
Maybe visual, it is like if a child is a kinesthetic learner, the child will be able to just maybe that is okay. But a child who has a difficulty, in those children, we cannot exhibit this way, or we may have to see on, like we have to make the child to feel it, or in a different aspects. That's why it will be a little bit confusing for the teachers, like whether
may I answer that question?
Yes, Surekha ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I think prior knowledge is very important before you apply any of the arts, because what are you doing? You're taking, like when Vinesh said, this is a line, but they have to know that this is a line.
Yes.
So I'm coming down to that level. So it is prior knowledge, and then through collaborative exploration of any of the art forms, or one or more, they are discovering more about that concept and going beyond what has been already taught to them in class. This is what's happening. Now, in your case, you're looking at inclusive classroom, if I'm not mistaken. And if your child is autistic, for example, and visual is the strong element of the child, then you have to decide which of the arts will fit with this particular child. So maybe it might be clay work, because it's kind of, like you want the child to
Not
actually
exactly
explore.
autistic, ma'am. I'm just want to.
I'm just saying that you have to look at what is your students. What are your
It is
students?
like the child having a learning disability. We are just shocked if we are talking about the child with the learning disability.
Okay, so maybe it's like
or a learning difficulty when you are talking about. In that cases, the child maybe not. As mathematical, we'll just go for a logical thinking and a spatial knowledge. In that case, whether the child will be helped with these kind of art forms, that is my question.
It will be, because even though they may not be able to express it, they may be able to understand it when they are experientially, looking at it, whatever be the art form. Dance may not be the best, but there are so many art forms you can look at. So I think this is what
That was only an example. That was only an example. Okay. And it was, I was not trying to say that this one is the proper way to teach them ankles. I also asked them how many ankles are there. So your body make ankles. So that concept of ankle should be clear before. Then only they can do that. You can make them hop and count, but they should be good in counting. Then only they can do that. But to learn, to reinforce, we are giving some interesting activity or an art form. And sometimes you can introduce the visualize, make them visualize the concept using an art form. That's all. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think there is not time. Otherwise, I'm having a lot of things to share, but not now.
Yeah, the time is also getting over. So you can go to the next.
Yeah, I think what I will do is I will remind those of you who haven't filled up the feedback to do so. And before we, close, I would like to, invite Mr. Venkateshwaran Krishnan to give us. He's the principal of Adarsh Vidya Kendra in Kanyakumari, Punarkulam. May I invite you, sir, to give us. Thank you from your
Just to 1 second, ma'am. Just to 1 second, ma'am. Just 1 second. Before that, the next session's slide can be shown.
Okay.
Binu, can you show next sessions?
So sorry. Yes, I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Next Saturday, we are organizing a session on new trends in CBSE, rationalized curriculum and assessment. And we have very eminent panelists. And this panel discussion will give you a clear idea about what are the new updates from CBSE, how the rationalized curriculum should be implemented in the classroom, how assessment should be conducted. All these things, whatever doubts you have, that can be cleared during this session. So we have Mrs. Jyoti Arora, Unnikrishnan sir, and also Srividya ma'am and Suresh sir is moderating it. All are well-experienced classroom executors of CBSE pattern for last 2 to 3 decades. So I think no one should miss the opportunity to attend such a wonderful session we are organizing next Saturday. And before that, on Wednesday, we are having the CBSE secretary on our platform. Don't miss that too at 4:30. It is the leadership series we are conducting in the month of August. Thank you. Now, Sudheka ma'am, you can invite the vote of thanks.
Yes. Mr. Venkateshwaran Krishnan, if you could please give us the vote of thanks.
Madam. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So appreciation is a wonderful. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. Good evening, everyone. One all present here. Our most valued invited guests of today, the eminent panelists, the board of directors of Panchatantra, esteemed principals and educators, parents and students. It is such an honor for me to propose a vote of thanks to all dignitaries. On behalf of Panchatantra Planet, I extend a warm indebtedness to all for attending the panel discussion on decoding art integration, language, mathematics, science, and social. I also would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of the webinar for the presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. First of all, We are really enlightened with your cognizance and the presence in the field of mathematics, describing Mona Lisa, the painting of Leonardo da Vinci with math, the golden ratio, the evident portrayals of artists, the circumference of the circle with dance, jam, just a minute in drama, then integrating math and art teacher, developing of a movie, planning for a picnic, then come to movie, then trigonometry by hand movements, and also involvement of teachers in art integration, the evident words of Mrs. Beena Sasikrishnan. So I express my deep sense of appreciation for Mrs. Beena Sasikrishnan, educator and Bhavan's Smart Indian School, Kuwait. Thank you for inspiring us and encouraging us with your words on this special day. Thank you, ma'am. We are really acquainted with your proficiency and presence of sharing your experience, reinforcing in areas in a poetical way, storytelling, very expressive with your movements, like mathematics is related with movements and also gestures. Dance as a pedagogical tool to teach angles in mathematics and also to teach creepers, climbers, weak stems, strong stem, and also integrating and collaborating with current electricity also with 5 columns. All this is beautiful and amazing to me. I extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Dinesh K. Menon, Principal, Canadian Central School at Ernakulam, and heading Academics Resources Password Publishing House, and the founder of Prayag Dance Company. Thank you for motivating and cheering us with your words on this special day. I would like to acknowledge my gratitude to Mrs. Surekha De, the renowned specialist educator and storyteller and education consultant ECCE, for your delightful welcome address and the motivation of the day. Madam, you also enriched the session by narrating your own experiences by the transaction among small kids, a project integrated with art and values, assessment for a subject in art, a poetry, a challenge has been given forward, a poetry, a book of poems in math, and also prose and drama. And teachers also read prior knowledge through collaborative expression of art forms beyond the classroom. Thank you, madam, for heartening and boosting us with your words on this special day. A special note of heartfelt thanks to all the Panchatantra Board of Directors for organizing to make this webinar successful. Thank you, each and every one of the Board of Directors, once again for making it as a great success. A big thank you to the school leaders, educators, the principals and the vice principals, parents, students who have attended this session. Our heartfelt thanks to all of you for your active participation. Finally, a note of thanks to Ms. Robinson, the technical person, for arranging the Zoom platform during the session. I thank you once again for all for being here with us in this evening. It has been a great pleasure. I would like to end with a quote: art has a power to transform, to illuminate, to educate, to inspire, and to motivate. Thank you once again. To your participants, kindly fill the feedback form before the session expires. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Venkateswaran Krishnan, sorry. I really nice thank you from you to all of us. But before I go, I would like to put one thought, which is from Einstein, a quotation from Einstein. And he says, with logic, you can go from A to B, but with imagination, you can go anywhere. So all of you remember, just imagination is the key. You will have it. You have it already. Thank you.
So thank you very much from our end to the Panchatantra Plenary. The discussion was an amazing one. If I did not tell that, I won't be doing fair to you people. It was an amazing session. Even the Venkateswara says, says lot of thanks. That also became amazing. Everything was wonderful. Even though Prasadji couldn't attend because his mother is not keeping well. So he rushed to the hospital so that he couldn't attend. But you 3 people made it really amazing. Thank you, Beena Krishnan ma'am, and also Surekha and Vinesh Menon. You people are amazing. You people really helped us because we couldn't get one person because of Prasadji. He couldn't join. But still, you people made it up. This is called situational leadership. You rose to the position. Thank you so much. And all the participants also we thank.
Thank you, sir.
We will be seeing again the same platform. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Beena ma'am, convey my regards. Shashi sir is there. Beena ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah.
Binu sir, he is excellent artist. Okay, we have to call him.
Yeah, okay, sir. Definitely we can call sir.
He is also an art integrator. I think we can have an interview with both of them. We have to once with both of them.
Art and math combination.
Okay, art and math combination. We have to plan it within 1 or 2 months, right? We can have a good with them. Yeah, we will think over it, Beena ma'am and Shashi sir. Shashi sir, bye.
Bye-bye.